Some mornings are unlike others. Someday, as you wake up, a single thought as clear as the teardrop keeps on relentlessly echoing inside your head. I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. And you can't ease off this feeling, now that it's right in your throat, almost making you puke from its intensity. Can't strangle this wake-up call. It just keeps on rapidly possessing every single atom of your whole damn being. Until it's the only thing that you can possibly think of and feel. You've had enough. It's not an accident. It's a chain reaction of your entire past leading you here. All the pent-up emotions you've been carrying throughout all this time. There's a limit to how much we can endure without burning out. What do you feel when you think about your life? Do you have regrets and painful memories? Do you have a dream you wish you could realize? Do you sometimes want to just disappear, as if you've never existed in the first place? This message is not intended for the successful who found their way and their satisfaction. I am talking to all the underdogs who feel lost in all this paradoxical enigma we call life, who have hard time looking at their reflection in the mirror. I have something I would like to share with you, so that you don't think you are alone in all of this. You ain't. We are in this together. Our whole life has led us to this very moment. Every single thought, idea, person, interaction, choice, decision, action or inaction of yours, of mine, all of that amalgamated, resulting into you and me being here, in this exact spot on the map of our existence. Albert Einstein once said, there are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Personally, I never understood how most people just eat, shit, work, sleep, and that's it. Just silently accepting and never questioning the reality we're in. Never being in awe from what a truly strange world we live in. Every single moment while we're here. Remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Hello, world. My name is Chris. I'm super nervous right now, being this vulnerable. So I have all these notes with me to help me express what I want. I'm not an old man, but I'm old. There's gray in my beard and in my hair. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. On the internet, Seemingly in every social media, everyone are try-harding to impress everyone. People are lying to one another, making it look as if they have the most perfect life possible. We stopped being sincere. Everyone is constantly, all the time, being nostalgic about old times. It happens from a generation to generation. But right now it really seems like we have lost something very important, something key. With all these masks that we wear, that we are trying to portray just to impress others. My motto is sincerity above all. I've always wanted to appear cooler than I actually am. I often lied to my friends about my life, making it seem much more interesting than it actually was. I lied about many things because I was never really satisfied. I never really felt that where I am is where I want to be. I felt left out most of the times, and it sucked a lot. So I was wearing masks as everyone else, trying to tell stories about myself that would impress others. Daydreaming, I see myself being a rich man, living in luxury, somewhere much more far away than I am right now. But at least for now, I am not. I am here. Here. Oscar Wilde said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." To be yourself. It's complicated. It's really hard for me to say this, and I'm still learning to do. I'm still learning to do this every single day, but it's really hard to embrace myself because I feel at times that I am responsible for some bad things, even though I might be not. I feel like I don't know how to control all these things I feel. I feel like I'm existing in alien body, as if this is not really me, as if I was just put inside this shell, and I don't really know how to use it. I don't. I am who I am. I want to embrace myself, my life, and all of my weaknesses in order to change. My worth is not limited to my current material possessions. My mind, my brain, my soul can take me great places. I know it. deep down inside of me, I can actually feel this. A few months ago, I've been playing Sims with my girlfriend, and I've got a revelation. We started with the character creator, and we basically redid one another. She did me, I did her, and it was really cute. But as we started building our house, and we did it, and we laid it out, and we selected all the furniture and all the outlay of the house, how the rooms are located, then life started. And I was never under an impression that Simpsons is some deep game. But when Sims, those characters we created, when they started going to work, spending most of their day at work, returning to only eat, hug one another, and just to sleep with one another. And on weekends, just relax on the sofa and just watch some telly or read some books. It was okay at first, but then something clicked inside of me. This is hell, quite literally. This is something I cannot see myself enduring for the entirety of my life. Just all of my earnings stuck in 9 to 5 with some guy or some gal paying me to spend most of my life helping someone else build something. Some people are okay with this. I am not. Pablo Picasso said, "Everything you can imagine is real." I always had vivid dreams. Lots of times I was actually flying in my dreams, hovering above the ground or jumping from the window and actually flying. And it felt absolutely incredible. Those types of feelings that give us life, that make us feel alive, are incredible. Emotions when you are with someone you deeply love, or when you are hanging out with your friends, when you are actually doing something that you love with your whole being. That's why each single of us is living on this planet. Not to be manipulated into all this slavery, all this media, all these thoughts that are being put inside of us. And we cannot even find the thoughts in which we are interested in the first place. At times it seems like others are constantly trying to decide it for us, what we should feel, how we should think, what we should do. I want to find success in the field that I love. This field being music and game development. My entire childhood I spent playing games. I did not go to school because that thing was just way too boring for me. Like, in the mornings, I was pretending that I was going to school, but I was just waiting for my mom to leave the house and just to go back inside again so that I can spend whole day playing games. And it was incredible, because in school learning was not something that I ever liked, and I always felt lonely. I liked being with friends in the high school, but most of the school time was just something I felt very unnecessary for my being. Games shaped me. They really defined the type of person I am right now. And I'm extremely thankful for all these experiences, for all the games that made me cry and be really emotional. They made me more human. People sometimes say that games are time wasting. You should go make money. You should go be organized. You should go do this, go do that. But games made me actually appreciate the little things. They made me more attentive towards life and the existential nature of it. They made me more of a deep thinker. To people who think that games are just violence or just mindless fun, this all might sound like just bollocks, really. But that is my experience. I want to achieve the goals I desire. I want to make something. I still don't really know what I'm doing with my life and where is all of this is heading. I want to achieve goals, but I still need to set them. And I want to have fun. Each single year, as I'm becoming older and older, it feels like I'm having less and less fun. I thought to myself that when I be a grown-up, I'll be driving my own car. I'll be having all the naughty stuff that grown-ups are having with one another. And I will be like providing, I will be making money, I will be doing this and that and that and this. And I don't know how to drive, but I've tried all other things. It seems like most of the things that grown-ups are doing, I already did, so my list is depleted. And I thought to myself that this is the key to happiness, that all grown-ups know what they are doing. They don't. As kids, we see our parents and our aunties, grandparents just adult people. We see them and we want to be like them. We think that they have everything figured out. Oh boy. Grown-ups are even more lost than the kids. Much more lost. Having fun for me is doing what I want. This might sound egotistical, but I want to live my life the way I want it, not the way others are expecting of me or the way society tells me to. I want to have fun the way I see it. And I want to be happy with my life. Currently I'm not. There are many things and factors that are playing a role here, but I'm just not. Due to many things I actually haven't felt happy in a really, really long time. And it's so hard. Without this feeling, it feels like everything is pointless. All of this. The 14th Dalai Lama said, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. The video that you see right now is the first episode of what I want to call Keep the Rubber Duck Afloat. It literally means to keep your dream alive no matter what. This series has 3 main purposes: positive influence, creative self-expression, and financial independence. I don't know how it'll go. People are constantly worrying about making money and making all the coolest content in the world and having all the viewers they want. But for me, what matters is that I can have an impact on someone. Someone as lost as me. So that you can also find a way. If I can, you can too. I also want to share all the art stuff that I'm doing. All the cool things that are really awesome. At least I hope that they are to others as much as they are to me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this really consistent and to have people supporting this series and be genuinely interested in this series, but I'm willing to try. Matthew McConaughey said, "Make my life my favorite movie. Leave my favorite character. Write my own script. Direct my own story. Be my biography. Make my own documentary. On me. Non-fiction. Live. Not recorded. Time to catch that hero I've been chasing. See if the sun will melt the wax that holds my wings, or if the heat is just a mirage. Leave my legacy now. Quit acting like me. Be me." I need to get my shit together. Turn my life around. My past. What can I tell you about that? I think I was always lost. Lost in the way of things, in overthinking, lost in loneliness, lost in not being able to find my place. I've graduated high school, then I got into filmmaking uni. I graduated from that. Most of the high school and entirety of the middle school too, I was not visiting the school. I was absent because I was at home playing games and writing music. That thing I always loved. In uni, I found a new stage of my life. I had interesting experiences and really memorable experiences, and I found same people as me, but my professors, I did not like them. I had only one photography and DOP, director of photography teacher, that I really liked, and we clicked. We were spending time just smoking and talking about all the interesting things. During the uni, I smoked a lot. It started when I was in high school and in the beginning of the uni. One time we were shooting short film in which I was starring as an actor, and I smoked a whole pack, 20 cigarettes in one night, because it was a really stressful shoot. Then I graduated from it, and I lost contact with all of my mates from school and from uni. Then I was trying to push the music to get onto a label in which I was interested, and I had some success there, but it did not come to any fruition. So I was not able to push the art stuff that I was doing. And my girlfriend at the time, ex-girlfriend, but at the time we were dating then, she was reasonably pushing me to get a job because she wanted to live together and to be on the same level. She was working as a barista, so and as a I forgot, as the waiter, as the waitress. So I tried to do the same thing. I tried being a waiter in many different places. It sucked a lot. And then I tried being a barista for some time. This was before the COVID and in the beginning of the COVID too. And it was okay. But after some time, I just said to the owner of the place that no, this thing ain't for me. I just want to quit. Fast forward, years later, lots of things happened. I got a job in. At first it was with music, but then my role expanded to every imaginable thing. So like management, coaching, hiring, even doing friendly psychology for my colleagues. That's where I am right now. Louis C.K. said, if you went back and fixed all the mistakes you've made, you'd erase yourself. That's how I feel right now. All the experience that I possess, it's for something. It must be. Honesty is the best policy there is. I don't like myself one bit. I hate myself and who I am, who I became. I need to change. Self-loathing, lust, envy, apathy, disgust, depression, loneliness, hate, anger, overthinking, laziness, suicidal thoughts, melancholy, self-doubt, dissatisfaction. All of this is what I am feeling right now. In this modern world, we are devouring ourselves like an Ouroboros. Each one of us doing so for our own reasons. Your past and my past are not the same, but you might be feeling the same things I am feeling. Frank Herbert said, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Bhagavad Gita, an ancient Hindu scripture, says, the mind under control is your best friend. The mind wandering about is your worst enemy. Wim Hof said, if you can learn how to use your mind, anything is possible. I'm definitely not miserable. I have, although small, yet very comfy, own home. I have my mom, my girlfriend, my cat, all who love me very much. I have a steady and pretty chill job that pays more than okay. I've also acquired lots of equipment to create art. Mic, headphones, audio interface, guitar, lots of cables, speakers, camera, lenses, webcam, green screen, tripods, lights. You might say, I have it easy, and I'm just acting like a bitch. There's definitely lots of people out there that have it much more harder than me. So someone could even be jealous of my life. There's still a void inside of me. I still haven't achieved anything significant. The ever-fleeting nature of time. Years of my life are passing by me, and at times it feels like I am just a spectator here, and I don't control anything. I haven't done enough for people to know how talented I am. Pipi. Pipi, I'm here. Pipi. I might need to go check on my kitty. I haven't done enough for people to know how talented I am. That's the truth. I've had lots of time, opportunity. I wasn't doing anything. When I was not playing games, I had a lot of time. If I really wanted, if I was really driven, I could email hundreds and thousands of people to hire me, to get to know my music, to push the things that I actually love doing to the forefront. But I did not. I was lazy. Really, really lazy. So far, only 3 people know how talented I am. My mom, my girlfriend, and my cat. George Eliot said, "It is never too late to be what you might have been." I hope it's true. I really do hope it's true. No one will give me what I want on the silver platter, except myself. Pipi. Memento mori. One day I will die. I must remember. Confucius said, "Every man has 2 lives, and the second begins when he realizes he only has one." Time is the most valuable resource there is. Period. There is absolutely no doubt about that. As you become older, as each one of us does, you will notice it much, much harder. There will be less time that you can spend doing what you actually want to. Many responsibilities come to our lives. We really do have it easy when we are little. We are not worrying about making money. We are not worrying about rent, food, relationships, where we work, stress, lots of things. We are just having our tasty ice cream. Pipi. And we have it really easy. Oscar Wilde said, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all." In order to create history, create something that will change lives of others and will be remembered long after I'm gone. In order to do that, I need to become exceptional human being. something something entirely different than I am right now. Fully opposite. George Bernard Shaw said, "Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself." What is success to me? Success is living life on my own terms, not being dependent on anyone or anything. Success is manifesting my vision, something that I see in my mind, in my head, into reality, into something you can interact with, something you can touch, hear, or play. I want to bring my vision to life. I want to create I've played so many games, but I was never really interested in making one until I got into IT company that also has game development branch. I always loved video games, but programming and the technical things, they always seemed extremely boring to me. Now I look at it completely different. I actually am ready for the challenge and to learn and to grow and not be lazy as I was. Arnold Schwarzenegger said, "The only difference between them and us, between me and you, between any two people, is the clarity of the picture we have for our future, the strength of our plan to get there, and whether or not we have accepted that the choice to make that vision a reality is ours and ours alone." Theodore Roosevelt said, "Do what you can with what you have, where you are." Ayn Rand said, "Do not let your fire go out. Spark by irreplaceable spark. In the hopeless swamps of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all. Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have never been able to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It's yours." Friedrich Nietzsche said, "Beware that when fighting monsters, you yourself do not become a monster. For when you gaze long into the abyss gazes also into you." There's too much darkness in the world right now. Constant misery that is election for people. Constant troubles, the prices of everything, the rent, the job market, personal struggles like loneliness and depression, and alienation that we have for one another, how we are splitting as if a good part of the pickles, or I don't know what, from the bad part, from the bad bunch. We are filtering one another. Is that right to say it like that? Like, we have so many technologies and so many ways to be connected right now, yet we are so distant from one another. We are existing in all these made-up bubbles of these thoughts that they say to us. We are not thinking for ourselves. We are being impressed and led by others. And that's logical, because not everyone is able to lead others. But remember when there was 2012, there was even a movie about world ending, the prophecy of Maya civilization. People who are very fond of religion, Westerners, they are constantly saying that this is all going to hell, basically. All of this, like, is on the brink of ending. And you know, when you spend so much time scrolling every single day, hearing those people polluting your mind, you actually start to believe this thing, that all this is ending. And yeah, we are definitely doing something wrong. Lots of things. When I was little, I always loved snow. Snow was my absolutely favorite season, because the holidays, I loved riding bicycle in the summer, but snow was so magical, really, when everything is in the, it's snow all around, wherever you look. And now there's almost no snow. It depends on which side of the globe are you located, but like for me, whole past winter it was snowing for a few days. And that's to another topic of climate change. And there is a lot of darkness. We are also ignoring. Lots of people do not, but it's easier to live our lives not thinking about the lives of others. People don't want to help one another. They want all the money just for themselves. Not everyone, of course. I'm not speaking for the entire population of the human race. No. But lots and lots of people are only thinking for themselves. That's also the darkness. There is not enough hope that something will change. Feels like we are stepping on the same mistakes. We are doing the same mistakes that we already have done as the human race. It feels as if we have learned nothing, really. But there is a certain level of awakening that was not present in people like hundreds of years ago. Only people who were, taking some mushrooms with the shamans in some woods, they were enlightened. But now with the social media, the good aspect of it all is that important thoughts are you can access them much more easily. But that also opens the floodgates to all the bad things. You can find so much literal violence if you just you don't even have to search for that long. When I was in uni, one of my classmates, he was really weird. He was this rich kid who was driving a pretty expensive car and always wearing the cool expensive sneakers and having the latest iPhone, and you get it. He was telling me lots of times when we were smoking that he actually, from time to time in his spare time, he is looking at all these obscene videos of literal violence on the web, and it made me so puzzled. I was not really taking it as something peculiar back then, but right now it's so weird to do that to yourself. Willingly. It's a real shame that they don't teach us in school that we should learn how to control ourselves and the information we consume. With all this darkness, I want to be light for others, to others. Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." In Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien wrote, "I wish it need not have happened in my time," said Frodo. "So do I," said Gandalf, "and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what we do with the time that is given us." The 14th Dalai Lama said, "There is only one important point you must keep in your mind and let it be your guide. No matter what people call you, you are just who you are. Keep this truth. You must ask yourself now, you must ask yourself now, what do you want your life? What is it you want to live your life? We live and die. This is the truth. That we can only face alone. No one can help us, not even the Buddha. So consider carefully what prevents you from living the way you want to live your life. Life is a game. Let's play it. Let's play it on our terms, the way we like. The controller is literally our hands. What can we do? It's here. It just takes conscious actions in order to play it so that you can have fun. Haruki Murakami said, "And once the storm is over, you won't remember how you made it through, how you managed to survive. You won't even be sure whether the storm is really over. But one thing is certain. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in." That's what this storm's all about. I hope I can make it out. I hope you can. Because if you've been here up till this point, you've heard a lot of things, and they might have resonated with you. And if I know what to do, if I can find answers, what do I have to do? You can do it too. I know it. I know that you can. Not only me. We are all special in our own regard. But you are also special in your own regard, and I am. But there is something that connects us all. It's that light. That light. I'm not here to guide you. I am here just to share my experience. I just want to set an example of how I am trying to be this light. How I'm trying to become great, divine even. And you can do it too, if you want to. I don't have much things to say. My notes have all ended. I just hope that I can make it through, and I can become what I want to, what I really want to deep down inside of me, every single day. And I hope that you can do it too. We can do it together if you would like to. I am here not to portray greatness just as a fact. No. Greatness is a journey, not only the destination. Greatness is willingness to start this journey.